Hi, welcome everybody to Coleman Report Live, April 12th edition. We have Lance and Katie. I am Joseph Coleman. Bob is taking off today. Welcome, Lance. Welcome, Katie.
It's good to be here.
We got a ton of stuff to go through. We got a new budget proposal, but let's go into some of the poll questions that we have. Lance, are you seeing this? Are bars experiencing worker shortages and increased hiring?
Well, Joe, absolutely. Small businesses in my area that I am working they have openings that they can't find people to take. So, and I read an article the other day from the Journal talking about thousands and thousands of openings nationwide and people hesitant to take those. I guess the enhanced unemployment is keeping people from coming back to work.
Absolutely, yeah. I agree with the poll results. 81% yes, 14% I don't know, and very little say no. Basically, the restaurant trade organizations are saying everybody in the world is hiring at the same time right now. So people are staffing up, and that's a good sign. So.
Yeah, I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but I'm also seeing a lot of people who got used to this work from home thing. Yeah. And a lot of those businesses are operating from a physical location. So I can see maybe more people are looking for that work from home opportunity instead. And I think that might be affecting it as well.
Absolutely. And into our second, that's a good leadway into our second. Is your lending institution requiring a full return to the office in 2021? Yes, no, or a combination of a hybrid situation where you can work at home and go into the office?
I think we're probably going to see a lot of combination answers. Could be wrong.
Nailed it. Yeah, yep. 52% combination, 24% yes. They are requiring, so a quarter are requiring and 17% no, they're going to remain at home. How do you think about those results, Katie?
Yeah, I'm working on our compensation report right now, and one of the things that we asked that was a little different this year was about this particular issue, whether people are feeling more productive in the office and back at home and things like that. And overall, it seems like a lot of people are preferring that work from home situation. And some of them are even saying they're more productive that way. But there are a few roles that seem like they are better in the office. So I don't know if how that's going to be taken when we actually start going back. But it does look like maybe a combination would be more popular in that situation where they could come in when they're needed to sign things and things like that, but then work from home the rest of the time. I think that's going to be a very popular plan moving forward.
Yeah, let me get my screen back up. Sorry, folks. Yeah, I read Jamie Dimon said that a lot of the banking is apprenticeship models, and it's almost impossible to replicate in the Zoom world. So I think later on in 2021, we will be seeing not requirements, but get back into the office to do the complicated stuff that you can only do with the teams in the office. So let's go to the third question: is the Fed going to increase interest rates this year in 2021? What do you think? And a majority saying no. I agree. I think the Fed is saying that they're going to do it in 2022. Katie, Lance, what do you guys think about these results?
I don't see the Fed increasing the rates in 2021. I don't think the economy supports that yet. But I agree with you, Joe, that 2022 will probably see some interest rate increases by the Fed in 2022, but we're into 2021. I don't think the economy's in a place now that would predicate an increase in the Fed rate.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Let's go to the big news. Katie, what's going on with the president's proposal for increasing funding in fiscal year 2022?
Yeah, so his proposal for funding in 2022, what's important for everybody on the call is that they're proposing a 9.4% increase for SBA funding, which is unusual in that the past couple of years it's been lower than than they really needed. There were some cuts there before. Now they're actually increasing it. And we have a quote here from Velasquez saying that this is not only great for SBA, but it's going to be great for those minority groups that are needing the funds and things like that. They're hoping, at least for the House, to expand more for small businesses with this new budget, and it's definitely better than expected.
This goes from 852 million, a 9.4 increase from last year. And these are some of the bullet points. I have included the White House press release that has the full expanded explanation of investing in underserved entrepreneurs and the innovation ecosystems and the climate change issues that they are trying to address. Lance, what do you think about all these new things that they're trying to do?
Well, some of it is not as much small business related as, I mean, there are probably going to be some programs that, for instance, strengthening innovation ecosystem, they'll probably develop a program that does that. Combating climate change, I'm not real sure how SBA gets involved in combating climate change. Maybe there's a new SBA loan program for small businesses that are involved in that area. But there are always, depending on who your leadership is, there are special programs that get inserted into something like SBA. So we'll probably see a couple new programs. I'm just pleased to see the budget increase at 9.4%. Hopefully SBA will have enough money to properly staff. I think SBA's been understaffed and been worked very hard over the last year. So hopefully they can add some staff, add some programs, and continue to be the robust small business engine that they are.
Yeah, and this came out late Friday, so Katie and I are going to go through this, and we'll give a detailed explanation on our reporting tomorrow, and we'll go through it in depth tomorrow as well. So this is just the talking points. So, Katie, are we open or closed? What's going on with the shuttered venue operators grant?
Yeah. So as a lot of people on the call know, we were anticipating this opening last Thursday. It opened at noon, and then by about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, they had to close it down due to technical difficulties. That also happened the same day that the OIG issued a report that was concerned about how they were going to be safely distributing this. So I don't know if they're trying to implement that at the same time. Right now, they're saying it's just temporarily suspended, and they'll give a reopening date when they are more sure that they're ready to open again. But currently, we don't have an idea of when that's going to be reopening. The SBA will be giving advance notice before they do that. Yeah. In the meantime, though, applicants who are eligible, who know they're going to be getting this, can go ahead and register for an account, get set up, and begin gathering their documents so that when the portal is opened, they can go ahead and apply as soon as possible.
Very good. All right. You reported on Operation Hope. What's Operation Hope? And give us some of this Minority Small Business Index stats that you put together today.
Yeah, so this Operation Hope is a nonprofit financial inclusion organization that looks at helping minority small businesses thrive, really. And they linked up with SurveyMonkey to create a new small business index. This is their first issue of it, but they're looking specifically at minority small business owners, what their struggles are, and how they could really address those. And their stats are very interesting as far as things like 58% of minority entrepreneurs say they're lacking access to capital. And that's something we've seen over and over again in other indexes as well. That's a huge problem for the minority groups. They had a huge portion of Black entrepreneurs that answered this poll, but they did have some others as well. And unfortunately, they just don't have the access to capital that they need. They also found things like they're less likely to succeed in, or they said minority entrepreneurs are less likely to succeed in building businesses. That's not necessarily true, but that's their perception of it, and that's definitely a concern as well. So getting that hopefulness and that positivity up for these groups is really important as well.
Absolutely. And I'm sure they will be talking about all these issues. Tomorrow is the quarterly Connect call login. You can get the link from SBA, and they're going from 3 to 4:30 tomorrow. Lance, we have a quick question. Was there a change that happened last week on Friday that stated first draw PPP loans don't need to wait the 8 weeks to then apply for a second draw? Thank you, Rachel.
I did not see a release related to that. Katie, did you see anything?
No, I haven't seen a release yet.
All right, Rachel. Yeah, we'll go ahead and track that.
I mean, that's a great question, and one that certainly is on the mind of many participant bankers that are working on PPP loans. And we expect potentially to see that change, but I've not seen a release yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I know the SBA had hinted before that they were going to do something, but they hadn't really given the details yet about how long you had to wait or if there was any waiting period at all. They really just were saying that they were going to shorten that somehow and make it so you could apply for both rounds in 2021, but it wasn't really clear how that was going to work yet.
Rachel follows up, thank you for addressing, because it came from a CPA. I wanted to ask, I researched the Treasury website and the SBA, and neither addressed that. So
yeah,
we will look out for that, Rachel, and address that later on this week. Lance, we're having a webinar tomorrow on the new SBA Form 159 submission changes that were mandated April 5th. You want to give us a quick teaser on what's going on?
We're going to talk about the SBA Form 159 and how to properly report fees that agents receive from SBA borrowers. And we're also going to cover the newly released information on how participant bankers are supposed to submit the 159s to SBA. There's a different process. So this is a very important area. SBA absolutely wants to track those agents that are involved in SBA lending, and we're going to try to provide the information so you can do it in a way that is compliant with SBA's requirements.
Yeah, and if you want to sign up for that, just send me a quick email, joseph@colemanreport.com. Katie, Lance, thank you very much. Short show today, but we have a lot to cover later this week on the budget stuff and a lot of stuff moving around. So I appreciate everyone joining in today, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
Have a great day.
Have a great day.